Google's AI mode is changing how customers find roofers. Today I'm going to show you how to get up in Google AI and what we can do to help you get found by customers searching for roofers on Google's AI. I'm going to go in. This counts for ChatGPT, for Grok, for Perplexity too, but Google's kind of integrated this more recently, so I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. So first I want to go over with you. Most roofers really misunderstand what marketing is. You're a digital brand. They see blips and things from you, and it needs to just come forever. But there's some base components to this that are really important to notate. So it needs to be a good user experience. The brand can't fall apart on any major thing. So over the years, everybody called up, and to this day, most people just want Google Maps, but now they're going to start asking for Gemini and Google AI. And so they'll say, I just want maps, or I just want AI ranking. That's great, but that's part of the overall brand. Everything about your brand is kind of crunched and not judged, but it's compared. So they compare it to other roofers, how long they've been doing it, how many reviews they have, what's the website like, what's their brand signaling like, are they cheating, are they doing spam, or are they following Google Webmaster Guidelines? Do they have any auxiliary components, what they call third-party SERP signals coming in? So let's go over all that real quick. You can't just throw, for example, like a one-page website up and get tons of reviews and expect to dominate map ranking or now AI ranking, because it's a poor brand, it's a poor quality brand. It's got this one huge thing over here. A guy thought that all he needed was reviews to dominate rankings. It's not that even on maps, and it's not that on AI. So the brand itself needs to have a fabulous WordPress website with all your materials and services represented. And it needs to be coded well. It needs to be done really, really well, not just some trash template that's thrown up and then forgotten about. So all the high-end essential SEO things that still matter and work that aren't spam need to be done so that your product and services are represented. They know what you do, so you can show up for as many keywords as possible, and so that users have a good user experience. So if you wanted to show up for TPO or even an asphalt shingle, if you didn't have a representative page for that, you'd be less likely to show up on Google AI, on Gemini, or even on mapping. So you want to fix that part of the brand and have that working properly so that it's helpful content and the brand itself is healthy. You could do tons of auxiliary things, what we call third-party SERP signals, and have this awesome YouTube account and have this horrible website, and it just wouldn't perform well. Now, if all this works together, and it does work together, then they'll take in signals from that brand from all over. The website, updates, changes, links, citations, data pins, social media posts, and then that thing begins to synergize. And so the AI is looking at everything, and it's much more intuitive about it. It's still a large language model, but it's digesting more data in a better way. It's not AGI yet. We've got some time on that, but it's much smarter about it. Same thing goes for ChatGPT, and I'll stop here and say, you ever looked up roofers in your market and seen that it's different on ChatGPT? It is. It's different on AI search. So some of those metrics of that are different, and you want to show up here. What I worry about with guys is that old brand that gets some creds from Google on one thing doesn't get it on AI as much, and certainly doesn't pick it up on ChatGPT or Grok. And as some of that search begins to shift, they begin to diminish in the amount of calls they get because they're losing AI search. So let's go into that and go into what data pins is. So we don't ever pick up a client and say, oh, just slap data pins onto your poor quality web effort that's led you to make the call because you don't show up well. Data pins is fantastic, but there's aspects of the brand to be a great brand that need to be fixed and tended to regularly. So a great website, great SEO. And then data pins allows you to like tag every roof you're on. You fought to get 50 reviews, 250 reviews, but it's like 10% at best of how many roofs you've been on, maybe 5% of how many roofs you've been on. You tag every roof you're on, what material you're dealing with. Was it an insurance claim? Was it this type of TPO? Was it a Brava cedar plank, cedar shake tile? What was it? And then so as you're tagging stuff back to the relevant page of content, you're getting all these great signals. The newest version of DataPens will let you not only do a photo that'll show up on the website, but now a video. And that video would go to your own YouTube account, which is, of course, hooked in through your website, hooked in through your brand, and that's called a third-party search signal. Now, you might get 20 views on a video, but Google sees it, AI sees it, ChatGPT sees it, and that adds to the amount of good stuff happening with your brand. So I don't really expect a ton of people to call you from YouTube. Why do we care about it? Because it's a third-party search signal. It actually strengthens the brand. The data pin itself has multiple points of schema code. Hey, we did a job here. Hey, here's photos of it. That counts as unique content. Here's a video. That counts as unique content. I'm going to throw the video over to YouTube. That's a third-party search signal. And here's some words about it. Here's the type of material we did. And they're taking all that data. It expands content, provides a better user experience for your shingle page, for this page. They're taking that off the website and off the signaling and off YouTube, and they're pulling it back for relevancy for the brand that then puts you onto maps and then puts you onto AI. And we're worried about the code base and everything else and all that stuff so that this stuff can be read, that the brand's solid. At the end of the day, I am a strong believer, at least with our services. I have a saying, there's 30,000 digital marketing agencies and 29,900 of them are really bad, and I don't know the other 99 to tell you about. But I can tell you our company has a absolute superb digital marketing agency, which is a necessary thing, combined with the best software ever made for a roofer to give brand signaling and the best user experience so that you then deserve to show up in rankings. I believe that anybody can get up in rankings. I know that 99% of people start and stop, and you got to understand that who shows up in AI or who shows up in a Google map is simply the best that Google had to choose from. It's simply the best that ChatGPT had to choose from. But if somebody will champion a brand and not stop and do this, anybody who does that will eventually dominate their marketplace. We've done this for 15 years as a digital marketing agency, 7 years with DataPens as a software company. We'd love to help you. Give us a call. We'd like to hear from you.